Next up, we have Shapeshifter's Wrath from the Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I am a professionally trained musician and composer, and I hope I can explain things in a way that you don't have to be a professionally trained musician to understand what is happening here musically. If you're watching this on the video archive, and you like the sound of that, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, follow the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, comment, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Keep in mind, this is recorded live on stream. This is my first time hearing this song, so I will be pausing a lot as I point out things as I hear them. And of course, this is recorded on a single take while live on stream, so I might stumble upon my words here or there or something like that. Keep that in mind. So, with that being said, let me lower the volume a little bit more. Let's do this. Shapeshifter's Wrath. Let's see what you got. Okay, so we start off with a very metal sounding riff over there. Very nice. Very cool stuff. We have the riff, which is a type of motif. A riff is a more colloquial term that it has just become accepted. Colloquial just means that there is no official academic term for it. It's just a, ivory tower kind of thing. So a riff is going to be a musical idea, usually for accompaniment that you're going to bring. And we had this really cool, I think it was a piano, but it sounded kind of like an anvil going down the scale. So there you go. Thanks, French fries. Yes. Let's see. Where do you go from this? Okay, so we are having a bunch of percussion. We added another synth in the back, I would say, doing what I think was the motif, the actual melody, the seed from which everything else is coming from. I like the contrary motion that we have. Okay, the concept of contrary motion when it comes to counterpoint. So counterpoint is the concept of more than one melody interacting with each other to make a more complex web of melodies. And then we have contrary motion, which is a type of counterpoint that you can have. Basically, it means we have the piano going downwards, and then we had the motif going upwards. That's all it is, that the melodies are moving in opposite directions. It's a very useful, very dramatic thing that you can use with melodies. So let's see. I really like the sound of the piano, the way it's mixed, because it kind of sounds like an anvil. It kind of sounds like an anvil. Very, very much hammering there. Thank you for hanging out, Mattia. And it's just really fun. It's really fun. We have, it sounds like brass in the back. I think this might be just the synths, giving us that extra drama to this whole thing. We have the guitar entering and exiting. Really cool. Let's see where we go. Yep, we have the guitar playing that riff. Now we got the actual motif coming in fully with the piano, kind of with a music box, it would seem. Interesting way of bringing it. Of course, once again, the concept of orchestration. It's the idea, let me just write this down. Orchestration is when you as a composer have to pick the right instruments for the right reasons. A toy box or a music box is going to have that sense of innocence to it. It's a toy. That's for children. Children are innocent. And one of the things about Five Nights at Freddy's is that you take a lot of these concepts and you make them creepy, you make them spooky, and you have this whole thing. So it sounds like it's a little bit out of tune, a little bit, but not entirely, just so that it gives you that sense of creepy. Let's see where this goes. Yep, nailing down that riff with the guitar, letting the percussion just completely take things. There we go. So now we bring in the tuba or the brass going really, really loud. One of the wonders about sound engineering is that you can actually turn that down, because that would have been really, really loud in an actual orchestral setting. And on the other side, we have something called panning, by the way. We nowadays use stereo. So we have the left ear, we have the right ear, or the left speaker, the right speaker. On the left ear, we have violins creeping in, giving us like trills, tremolos going upwards and intensifying. And on the right, we have the brass, just doing those bombs that brass can be so useful for. And it's just increasing tension. Once again, when it comes to music, you're doing one of two things. You're building tension, or you're releasing that tension. That tiny moment in between is your cadence. This is building a lot of tension, and we've been building a lot of tension for over 45 seconds in a 2-minute 30-second track. Let's see where this goes. Okay, a variation of the riff. Okay, so several things have happened. We do now a variation, a more accelerated version of the initial riff that we had. We had a moment where it seemed like the initial... We were going to go back, do a recapitulation of that intro that we had with the descending sound, but no, we went ahead and we did a variation of the motif instead. Throws you off, which I guess is kind of the point of this thing. Apparently, this the track that plays when this one is chasing you. So, there you go. Very creepy. Oh yeah, there you go. We're completely going all over the place with this. And now we bring back the piano. The motif. Variation of the motif. While still keeping that percussion very, very nice. Present, that guitar present. And in the back, we're having those strings creeping in, creeping in. So right now we're having a moment of complete breakdown, basically, or things are breaking down, kind of. We're having the strings doing this very dissonant sound in the back, which, you know, it sounds like it shouldn't go together kind of thing. And then we have still that music box being more erratic and more erratic. This is pretty good. It's pretty good for tension. Let's see where you take this, though. Maybe we can more. That was nice. That was cool. That was cool. You brought in the cymbals to give you that sense of splashing and just extra beats, and you take that away, and you continue the melody like that. That was clever. That was clever because it gives you, it keeps you on your toes, which I guess is the whole point of this track. It keeps you on your toes. Let's see where this goes. Oh. And we are just elongating. Okay, so there you go. We had a moment of elongation halfway through the motif. We just decided to elongate. Let me just delete this. I have my bottle of water right here. So elongation is when you take a motif and you stretch, or part of a motif in this case, and you stretch it so that each note starts longer. So first we had, 3 crashes of the cymbals, and then 3 beats of the next thing, then 3 crashes of the cymbals, and then 1 note held 3 times as long. So we're still staying within the expected structure that we have. It's just that we are taking small elements of these things and focusing on those and stretching them out and just giving it this whole vibe. Let's see where this goes on. So yeah, now everything is completely broken down, and we are having now these strings doing basically just holding the subdivision of the measure. Basically playing everything except the downbeat of the measure. The measures, of course, being the concept of time signatures. Once again, let's go through this. 2 numbers, upper one, number of notes, lower on the type of notes that you have. Whole notes equals 1, half notes 2, quarter notes 4, so on and so forth. And in a 4/4, it would be 4 quarter notes in a single measure. And a measure is just a subdivision of time that you're using for the purposes of staying organized. And the first note would be the downbeat. I think this track is in 3/4. So in this case, we would have 3 quarter notes and quarter notes, and the first one would be the downbeat. So what the violins are doing right now is they're playing everything except the downbeat. They're playing the 8th notes corresponding to everything else. So, you know, we have this whole thing like this. 1 and 2 and 3, and so you have ba 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 ba. So 1 da 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 da. So it gives you that sense of encroaching steps, and this moment of missing the downbeat would be syncopation. Once again, the concept of syncopation, which, yeah, is just you play against the beat, even though the rest stayed on beat. That one note right there playing off beat gives you that sense of acceleration. And that's what these strings are doing in the back, while the percussion has stayed fairly consistent this whole time, keeping that beat down, that tempo pretty consistent, which has been that common thread throughout the entire thing. Because when it comes to music, you want to both give something new to the audience while at the same time keeping them within the realm of the familiar. So that balance is difficult, and so far the percussion has been what mostly has held this together. Of course, we'd have moments where it's instead the piano or the music box or one of those things, but it has been mostly the percussion. We have about 35 seconds left here. Let's see how this goes. So we go back down to those steps. The brass, and oh, now the music box is going down. Far off in the back, we're still getting those down steps. All right. We escalate. We bring it back to this riff. We have 5 seconds left. How are you going to end it? Okay, so you end it in the final. You end it in the final note, just as it is about to loop over. We've seen this a lot with Five Nights at Freddy's music. So yeah, pretty good ending. It's not a fade out, and it allows you to just instantly, you know. Yeah, it allows you to instantly loop the track back to the beginning. So it's a useful thing that you will see with a lot of these music in games. It saves some processing power, that kind of thing, and it was a good ending. You had this whole breakdown of everything, still things going down the scale as things go down in the track. Pretty creative, and yeah, I liked it. It's good, a good chase sequence track with a lot of elements of it that throws you off while keeping you tied in. That's a difficult balance to achieve. So there you have it. That was the Shapeshifter's Wrath from the Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and I hope I have explained things in a way that you don't have to be a professionally trained musician to understand what has happened here musically. If you're watching this on the YouTube archive, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. If you want to listen to this in your own time without me pausing every 2 seconds, link available down below so that you can listen to it in your own time. If you want to request a song and you're not watching this on the live stream, go to Discord. Discord is linked down below. We have the channel, LFA requests. Just leave the YouTube video, YouTube link there. I'll review it and I'll see if we can add it. Focus on game music, Geometry Dash, that kind of stuff counts. I'll review it, so just let me know. And if you want to catch these streams live, links available down below to the Discord and the Twitch channel. Those have the stream schedule showing in your local time zone so that you don't have to bother calculating or anything like that. So, with that, thank you for watching. Really, really good stuff. Shapeshifter's Wrath, Five Nights at Freddy's, Secret of the Mimic. Decent. But, yeah, let's move on.